Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling coherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can. And I continue with Neverwinter Nights. I am ready to enter Luskan.
Hello.
So, you're the one that Aaron wants to be let into the city. You sure you know what you're doing? I need to find the cult. Aye, Aaron mentioned something along those lines. Had plenty of questions about the wizards in the tower too. Truth be told, the less I know about what you're up to, the better I'll feel. Do you want inside or not? Yes, let me inside. Alright, the gates are open to you now. Just remember, I can't let you out once you're in. Make sure you have everything you need. I do. Oh wow. Things are not particularly... Not particularly great in here either. And apparently I'm fighting Skaven.
You shall be quick to die! I greet you.
Thank you for your assistance. Bloody creatures seem to be everywhere. My advice is to stay off the streets, like most everyone else. What manner of creature were we just fighting? Were-rats, lycanthropes. Baram's men. Seems like all of his soldiers are infected now. Kurt's men have looted the city of enchanted weapons just to fight them. What do you mean, Kurt's, Barams? You really are a stranger then, if you don't know what I speak of. Most sane folk of Luskan stay indoors now, if they know what's good for them. Who are you? Me? The name's Gregor. I was hired by the brothel here to try and keep some of the worst elements roaming the city from making their ways to our doorstep. What brothel? Miss Bella's, of course. On the island here, Kurt and Baram both have an interest in keeping it open, but there are enough vandals and thieves about regardless. Can I ask you some questions? I suppose so. What's going on in Luskan? You haven't been here for the fighting? It's going on for a couple weeks now. Out of the blue, the High Captain started trying to kill each other. Nobody knows why. Most of the city thinks they've gone insane. Each of the High Captains has their own army, however, and they've been tearing Luskan apart. What have they done to Luskan? Look around you. Many people have been drafted into their armies or killed or just slaughtered in the streets. Homes have been sacked and burned. The ports are completely shut down. The gates have been sealed. We're all trapped. Can nobody stop the fighting? I'm sure the northern lords outside of Luskan are cheering all of this on. They won't stop it. The Arcane Brotherhood might, but they haven't done anything. The Arcane Brotherhood? Group of wizards who hole up in the host tower and control the city, or at least they used to. They aren't telling the High Captains anything now, as far as we can tell. Where is the host tower? It's on the island to the northwest, by the mouth of the river. There's one bridge across, but nobody can cross it without the Brotherhood's leave. Magical words and all that, I suppose. You don't think they rule the city anymore? Hard to believe that anyone rules the city anymore. The wizards don't come out. They could be dead for all we know, and the High Captains have all gone mad. Tell me about these High Captains. There were five of them before. All pirate lords set up to rule the city together at the pleasure of the Arcane Brotherhood. Now it seems they are going to fight until there's only one left standing, or Luskan is in ruins. Just two are left now, as far as anybody can tell. Baram and Kurth. Tell me about Baram. Baram is a sneaky one. I didn't think he would make it this long, especially after Kurth torched his base down in the slums. Nobody knows where he is now. His were-rats are everywhere though, and everyone says he has more monsters and even demons under his control. Tell me about Kurth. He was the most powerful High Captain before. No surprise he still lives. Baram still managed to burn down his tower though. People say he's gone and walled himself up in the West Harbor district, and nobody can get in or out. Don't know if it's true though. What is true is that his men, the Bloody Hands, are vicious killers. If they see you out on the street, they'll think you're with Barum. Avoid them. Goodbye. On your way then. Yeah, things are not going great here either. The piles of bodies in the streets. As usual, I will just walk around the Cutlass and try to uncover the whole map before I dedicate myself into clearing any of the particular locations.
Victory will be ours! All right, dear. To Cassie. Oh, excuse my elf. I'm all done here.
Better than you have fallen before me!
Cassie! Oh, excuse my elf. To Cassie! Oh, excuse my elf.
Can I help you?
Watch your back around here, lad. There's a lot of folks liable to stick a knife in it.
All right, dear. I'm getting to it. Yeah! I'm all done here.
Gate into the host tower of the Brotherhood.
I greet you.
You won't be allowed to cross the bridge without authorization, citizen. Please step away. What kind of authorization do you need? You need written permission by the Arcane Brotherhood themselves, affixed with their seal. How do you get such a thing? You don't. It's only given by the wizards to the high captains and dignitaries invited to them. On your way then, citizen. So, it definitely seems I might be poised to kill one of them and take their pass.
All right, dear. I'm getting to it. I'm all done here.
You'll find your
Cassie!
death! You'll find your death!
Excuse my elven.
You'll find your death! Die at my hand! You'll find your death here!
Victory will be ours!
Die at my hand! You'll find your death!
In the name of Sandy Moonbow!
You'll find your death! Die! Time for a bit of the game. Better than you!
I'm all done here. Goddess, take you now! In the name of Sandy... All right, dear. I'm getting to it. I'm all done here.
Okay, so now I have more or less explored the city, I guess I'm going to explore
I don't think I can do that.
particular
Sorry.
locations in it.
I don't think I can do that. Sorry.
Kurt's quarters. I will not enter those yet because I'm not sure which one I should side with. Colmar's fantabulous contraptions and magical errata.
Hello there. Come in, come in. Take a gander at my various wares. They may be depleted from the war, but I've still a variety to knock your knickers off.
Who are you? The name is Colmar, purveyor of the fine magical goods and inventor extraordinaire. I'd be more than happy to show you my most recent invention, if it wasn't broken. What kind of invention is that? I only finished a week ago, my finest work in fact, named it the Fantabulous Contrapulator. Not too much, do you think? It has the ability to turn out any number of fantastical magical potions, a wide variety according to customer specifications. I would have made a fortune had the cruel fate not intervened. Picture this. There I was, sweating away at the final touches, eager to show it to my jealousy-filled colleagues and end their mocking once and for all. Suddenly a crash. Hideous undead creatures stormed my secret laboratory, shredding everything they found, including my beloved invention. Tried to stop them, but they were too much for me, and awfully intent on taking a bite, if you know what I mean. So I ran, and I barely escaped through a magical hole I always carry with me. Alas, I cannot go back to my lab until all this fuss is over, and my invention is ruined. Could I ask some questions about this invention? Well, I'd certainly hesitate to reveal the details of my patented theories on magical physics, but otherwise certainly. Ask away. Where is that laboratory of yours? Normally I wouldn't tell anyone where my secret lab is, but I suppose it doesn't matter now, does it? It's down in the sewers, and no doubt it's quite in a state of disarray. If you find it, do not think less of me for all of the mess. And yes, be wary of all of the ghouls. Don't know where they came from. Could your machine be fixed and used? If you want to try, you're welcome to. Would be quite a delight to return to my lab and have the machine once again intact. From what I remember, the ghouls ripped off some of my levers. The machine is otherwise intact, so I would wager all the 4 levers were if all the 4 levers were fixed, the machine would work just fine. It only has enough fuel in it for maybe 30 potions or so. I won't be able to synthesize any more fuel from the sewage until spring runoff, so just that you know. But how do you use it? Well, the machine working, would it have 4 levers, each one to add a degree of elemental essence into the mix, a pinch of fire, a dash of earth. Either pull the lever or leave it in place. Once you have all 4 levers set, pull the chain to start the potion creation. Use the levers properly and mix the right elements and poof. Instant potion. Healing, invisibility, giant size, hair restoration, you name it. Aren't I a genius? The exact ingredient for which potions, however, well, I haven't had time to determine that yet. Please do be careful and don't break the chain if you pull it, it's quite fragile. Alright. I do... Leaving so soon? Well, don't get killed.
Greetings again. So nice to see you.
What kind of wares do you sell? Oh, this and that. Magical things I've collected over the years, plus more than a few I've made myself. I am the most notorious inventor after all. You've no doubt heard of me. Not really, but could I see your merchandise? Don't mind if I do. One of those. Greetings, I am Arto, a red wizard of Thay. I have numerous arcane and magical items that I would be pleased to sell. Who are the red wizards? The red wizards are the masters of all that is arcane. We have enclaves throughout the realms, where we offer a variety of magical exports from Thay. I am one such merchant and a member. So this is your enclave? Impressive, not really. Oh, no, really. This is not my enclave, you hairless monkey. I am here from necessity. My enclave was destroyed by the High Captains that break much of the city. Once things calm down, I will return. Now, do you want to buy something? Armor bonus +2. Yeah, sure. It's 26k, but to be honest, I don't have that much to hoard the gold for. And I am overdue for a new cloak. I've been wearing this since like the beginning of the game. A smithy.
Hail to ye!
I've got a little enough stock left and barely enough metal to forge. State your business. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Strength +2. Yeah, I think I am going to buy them because I am capped for dexterity anyway because of my armor. So 5 armor. This is what? 5 as well. So to be honest, no point in buying this. Slightly better spell immunity, but I will buy those. It's armor class 10. 7. Full plate +1. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to buy this. It will also help with inventory. But this has some nice resistances and it's only a difference of 1, so I'll leave it be for now. Temple of Tyr. Supposedly that's where Arin and Aribeth are. I have some important information.
Hello to you.
You're welcome in this house of Tyr, brother. Or what remains of it. I am afraid many of my brethren have either been killed or have abandoned us. What do you sell? Not much is the answer. I have some important information for you.
It is good to see you at last, my friend. I fear I have terrible news. It seems that the good lady Erebeth has disappeared. We can find no trace of her.
What? What happened?
The lady paladin had been quite silent since you left port last. I thought perhaps that she had found contentment now that the cult was located. So my eye was not as close upon her as it might otherwise have been. Regardless, she used considerable skill to vanish without notice sometime after our arrival in the city. All of her gear and armor is gone as well. She prepared well and left of her own volition, though I can scarce believe it.
Do you have any idea where she might be?
She has not returned to Neverwinter. Part of me wonders if perhaps she seeks to exact her own brand of vengeance upon the cultists. I cannot be certain. Erebeth was acting so strangely before her disappearance. She had an icy calm, as if the Lady Paladin had accepted an unpleasant fate. I worry for her safety. She is not in her right mind, I fear.
I shall try to find her if I can.
Your most important task is to find your way into the host tower, my friend. The cult must be dealt with. If you find Erebeth there, all the better. If she is not, a true search will have to wait until after your own mission is complete, no matter how much we might wish otherwise. So then, let us discuss your mission.
How do I get inside the tower?
I believe I know of a way, though it is a risky path to say the least. The bridge to the tower's island is guarded by magic that is not easily bypassed. Those who wish admittance to the tower must be granted the proper pass by the wizards. Papers which are affixed with a magical seal that allows the possessor to pass unhindered by the wards. Unfortunately, the only persons which I am sure possess such a pass are the High Captains themselves. If you were somehow to acquire one of these documents for me, with its seal, I could easily use it to forge a similar pass for you. Go then, and do what you must. I wish you success.
So, it seems I need to either kill one of the captains or convince one of them to give me the paper, which probably would require killing the other one anyway, because I imagine that's probably what they would ask for. So, to be honest, I don't have much of a stake in the conflict here. Welcome to my little home. Have a drink.
Why, hello there, darling. Come for a bit of fun, have you?
Who are you? My name is Bella, darling. I keep my boys and girls safe and the customers happy. If you are ever unhappy, you come see me. I'll change your mind, you'll see. Now, you have me at a disadvantage, however. Might I know your name? My name is Hargrim. You're not from here, are you? I like that in a man. I may have to snap you up myself, but that's neither here nor there. Is there something Bella can do for you? We have satin, we have wine, we have pickles, anything you like. What kind of place is this? This is a place of pleasure. Dear man, there are men and women who can take your mind away from the terrible world outside for a time. They work here out of their own free will? Naturally they do. There are far worse ways in Luskan to make a living than spend your time surrounded by luxury and fine company. If you don't believe me, however, you are certainly free to ask them yourself. Just don't make trouble, is all I ask. Can I ask some questions? That's what you're doing already, huh? Never mind me, just go ahead. How can you run this place with all of the fighting going on? It's not like I have much of a choice. The High Captains all want a place that keeps their men happy, so they make sure we don't get closed down. And besides, a very happy soldier is a much better thing than a very unhappy soldier. You take my meaning, Sugar? We still have to give most of our gold to each of the High Captains to keep the peace, but it's a better living than most these days. Tell me about what's going on in Luskan. That is a mighty big question. The simple answer is that the High Captains one day decided to see which of them would be the one and only High Captain, and began to kill each other and the city. Boys will be boys, I suppose. I'm willing to bet that you want to know more than that, though. And when did all of this fighting begin? Only a few weeks ago. Has it only been that long? I think it has. Simply amazing. It was about the same time when we heard about the plague in Neverwinter, I think. Isn't there anyone who can put a stop to this? The wizards in the host tower could, I suppose. Looks like they don't want to. Tell me more about the High Captains. Well, let's see. There used to be 5 of them naturally. Most of them have died off or run off. Who can really tell anymore? Only Kurth and Baram are left, 2 of the nastiest fellows you never want to come across. It'll be much better for us once they kill each other once and for all. But perhaps I shouldn't talk like such. How do you feel about them, Sugar? I could not care less one way or the other. You must have walked into the city blindfolded then. You go ahead and be a mercenary if you like. I like you that way. I thought you could tell me something more about their personalities so that I could choose which one I want to support. But oh well. Tell me about the mages. Tell me about these wizards. Oh, you know, the Arcane Brotherhood fellows who live in their tower on the island. They are supposed to be powerful, but nobody knows much. I certainly don't. There's a bridge that goes onto their island, but nobody can cross it, and they don't come out of here. They don't come out here, so that's that, I guess. Fare you well, darling.
Victory will be ours!
Oops. Lever of stone. Oh, that's one of the levers from the freaking magical contraption that makes potions in the sewers.
What?
You'll have to wait forever if you're looking for a turn. If you haven't noticed, Bellas is packed.
Bonjour. Hello.
Something you wanted, hun? Can I ask you some questions? I suppose none of the lads would mind if I chatted for a moment. And do you know of any work I might find? Work? This entire city is huddled down in the middle of a siege, practically, and you're asking about work? I suppose everyone has to earn their coin. I don't know, if you're looking for something to do, maybe talk to Herb or Yvette if you haven't already. Yvette especially, poor girl. Yvette's off in her room, of course. Miss Bella gave her some time off, thankfully. As for Herb, Well, if you really want to, you'll see him wandering about the lounge. Tell me about this place. There's not much to tell. Miss Bella would be the one to ask. You're one of the girls, then? I am. The house is packed full, if you haven't noticed, so you'll have to wait your turn. The soldier boys tend to take their turn whenever they want to, unfortunately. So you might be waiting longer than you'd like. Nothing we can do about that. How is this brothel still open? Because the high captains want it open. They can send their boys here to relax and demand whatever they like from Miss Bella. And what do they demand? Gold, naturally, as well as the use of whichever courtesans they wish, for whatever purposes they like. Tell me about Miss Bella. Miss Bella is a kind soul. Really, she has kept us all safe so far. I hope this fighting ends soon. It's been quite a stress on her. Goodbye. Don't get lost now.
I'm asking myself, is this lad here for a conversation? Or does he have some gnome fetish that I dare not even ask about? I'm hoping for the former, but being a quality gnome like myself, anything is possible!
Who are you? Herb Jansen's the name, one of the Culver Jansens originally, but then that's a branch of the family that are really exiles from the Thunder Mountain Jansen clan, so perhaps they shouldn't be bragging about it. Still, it's quite a tale how my family made its terrible trek all the way to Culver. Nary a turnip to be found on that trip, let me tell you. Even more remarkable is how I ended up in this job, considering my former career as a chest connoisseur. Chest connoisseur? You mean a thief? Ah yes, those were the days, weren't they? The making of proper chests was once a noble profession. Oh, so you're more like a locksmith, or... They were pieces of art, I tell you, not these flimsy things they make today, that any 2-bit dwarven thief with half a mind could pick. Now, not that I'm insinuating anything. As a young little gnome in Culver, all I thought about were the fine chests and the living I would make off of them. Alas, it was not to be. Pleasuring women is all I'm about now. I've never heard of a place called Culver. Of course not. Since the great turnip famine of 45, there hasn't been a Culver. I see, everyone died then. Of course not. What a greasy story that would make. Everyone was quite hungry though, and they certainly thought they would die. Going too long without a proper turnip is agony enough. No, it was the much maligned Uncle Pinto who sold the rights to some human for a sack of turnips in one of his craving fits. They went and renamed it to Waterdeep or some nonsense, last I heard. I doubt that's true. Well, some gold may have been involved, but all Uncle Pinto ever talked about were the turnips. Considering the bumper crop we had next year, he took a lot of flack for that trade. A pity. Now, was there something you needed? I'm looking for work, if you know of any. Well, call me a halfling, but I actually do have a job you could do for me. A little errand that is a mite dangerous to perform, with the streets the way that they are. Tell me. How shall I explain it? One of my clients, a handsome noblewoman by the name of Lady Jadelle, has something that belongs to me. Technically I suppose it belongs to her, since I gave it to her, but I want it back. It's a ring, a little favor bestowed upon her, that has my name inscribed. Just get it away from her and back into my hands, and I'll be a happy gnome. Isn't that stealing? Not necessarily. The ring was a gift and I'm just being rude. It's a matter of life and death, so I'm okay with that. What you do to get the ring is your business. I just need it back, and will pay someone to do so. Can't you just buy it from her? The lady was overjoyed when I gave her the present, and quite angry when I asked for it back. She says she's quite fond of that ring, fonder than she is of me at present. That is why I need someone else to get the ring. Right now she won't even speak to me. Why do you need it? You see, the gift was a bit of an impetuousness on my part. Lady Jadal's husband is a rather powerful man, the fact that I forgot the height of passion. When Lord Jadel returns, I don't need his wife sporting my ring. He's rather renowned for his temper, and I'm rather fond of my legs, short though they may be. The Lady Jadel is, shall we say, rather oblivious to the fact that her husband might not be too fond of me when he discovers the ring. She has less sense than an elf in a shoe store, I tell you. So are you interested in this job? Whoever brings me the ring will be well rewarded, I assure you. I might do it. Excellent. You'll find Lady Jadel's home not far from here. Go back towards the city gates and turn right. You should see the Cutlass Inn by the south walls. Lady Jadel's home is just west of the inn. Do be kind to her if you can. I don't wish any harm on the doughty woman. I just don't wish any harm to me, to come my way. Alright. Do come back once you've found that ring. I'll be looking forward to it. To be honest, if that tale is true...
All right, dear. I'm getting to it.
That's actually a pretty good reason to take a gift back.
Hello.
Somehow I think you've got the wrong room, sir. Please leave me be. Who are you? My name is Oreth, one of Miss Bella's male courtesans. I'm not working today, so I ask you to leave me be. Why aren't you working? I'm not interested in any of your questions. I ask you to leave me be. Now please get out. Miss Bella has enough girls to keep you entertained, I'm sure. What if I'm into men? I guess this game was made when that was more of a taboo thing. It's like from the 90s? Like late 90s, but still.
Yeah!
Well, hello to you.
Greetings, sir. Why have you come in my room? I am not entertaining today. My heart simply wouldn't be in it. What's the problem? I had a baby, sir, with a client. I didn't mean to, but it happened, and my little daughter was the joy of my life when I had her. The father, however, Galron, he does not believe I would make a proper mother. He took my daughter away and will not return her. I wish I would pay you back to get my child back. Why does he want the baby? I don't know. Galron is haughty and sometimes a cruel man. I don't think he'd even want to know about the child, never mind want it. It frightens me to think that what he might do to her. Please, if you can get her back, I will reward you. I can't... I could help you. Oh, that's wonderful news. Galron is in a house to the north in the slums, though I've got no idea if he's remained there with all of the fighting. Please do whatever you can to get my daughter back. Just don't hurt Galron, please, if you can avoid it. He's still my child's father. I have some more questions about the job. Is there anything else about this job you're not telling me? I suppose you should know that Galron is a very wealthy man. He has many guards and had influence in Luskan before all of this fighting started. I don't know his situation now. Okay, you said that already. Please come back with my baby when you find her. Yeah, I might. I definitely would like to at least talk to those people.
All right, dear. I'm getting to it.
Yeah, get out of here. What are you doing? Yeah, those are all very fair questions, given that I have just broken down the door.
I'm all done here.
Get out of here. What are you doing coming in here?
All right, dear. I'm getting to it. I'm all done here.
Well, hello to you.
Who are you? Look, I don't entertain here right now. I am reserved to go elsewhere, whether I like it or not, so please leave me alone. You don't seem happy about that. I am not a fan of the High Captains, and I would rather not serve their whims if I had a say in it. I do what I'm told, however. Why would you not serve the High Captains if you don't want? Why would you serve the High Captains if you don't want to? Look, I don't want to get into any trouble, and talking about the High Captains is nothing but trouble. I won't tell anyone what you say. Fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you what I know. High Captain Baram and High Captain Kurth hold us hostage, practically. Miss Bella has to do what they tell her, or they would shut us all down, make us all slaves or worse. Oreth and I have to go to the High Captain's bases to put on a show, or do whatever else they want. We despise it, but there's nothing we can do about it. Miss Bella does her best to help us, but there's nothing she nor we could do about it. I just wish someone would visit a painful, horrible death on those men. Then this would all be over. And if someone were willing to help you, can you tell me about the High Captains? I know more about them than I would ever care to. Tell me about Kurth. He's a madman. He's always been hungry for power, and they say, but even his men think he has gone completely mad now. He will stop at nothing to get what he wants. All he thinks about is killing Baram and taking over the city, talking about how glorious it will be. I don't believe he... Oh. Crap. I didn't want to do that, actually. I don't believe he actually thinks about what he will do. I don't believe he even actually thinks about what all of this has done to Luskan. Where do I find Kurth? Kurth is in the West Docks district. His men come out of a gap in a broken wall. I don't suggest you use that. There is an opening in the ruins of his old tower. It's what I use when I must go to see him. You need a key to get into his base through the tower door. I have a key, which could get you inside if you wanted, yes. Take it, it's a copy I had made. You must be careful, however. They know me, but Kurth's men will assume you are an assassin if they see you inside the base. I don't know what their plans are, truly, but I have a feeling Kurth won't like it either way. Tell me about Baram. Baram is a cunning man. He relies on guile more than strength, and doesn't consider any act too low or desperate to perform. He's allied with necromancers. Undead are all about his base, making his men nervous and jittery. Even Baram himself seems strange. I think he has done something to himself, something unnatural. Where do I find him? Baram has a base within the sewers of the city, full of his troops and undead monsters conjured by the sorcerer allies. The main gate is through a sewer entrance on the island, east of and south of here. His base is heavily fortified, but not impregnable. There is a back entrance that is not well known about. It's through a sewer grate just west of the brothel by the stores. It's the entrance I use when I must go to him. I have a key which could help you gain entrance if you like. Yes. This should unlock the gratings there for you. Be careful. They know me, but they'll think you are an assassin if they spot you. I don't presume to know your business, but kill that bastard if you can. I'll be happy to know when his days are at an end. Can they be reasoned with? I don't know. They might make a deal with you if they thought it would put them ahead of the other High Captain somehow. Whether they would bother keeping the deal is another matter. Alright, goodbye. Thank you. All I wish is to be left alone. So I might actually kill them both.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it.
Because it definitely does sound like they are both pretty deranged and are actively making everyone's lives worse.
I beg you to leave me be. I have nothing to say and nothing left to steal, I assure you.
Who are you? I am, or rather was, the Countess Londa Whitesnow. That means nothing anymore, now I am merely Londa. What happened? I see you intend to be persistent. Very well. You wish to know what is wrong? I shall tell you, though my story is not a unique one here. That evil man, High Captain Baram, invaded our home with his soldiers. He desired all of our wealth, to pay for his army and his war, no doubt. My husband objected naturally. Without even a thought, Baram, he cut my husband down, murdered him. I still remember his laughter as he took my children, all 9 of them, and turned me out of my home. Once he was done with it, he burned it to the ground. Now my husband is dead, and that fiend holds my children. I know nothing of their fate, and have nothing left and nowhere to turn. That is my tale, and is very sad. Aye, it is very sad. I would do anything to get my children back, but Baram will not even see me, and no one can help. Perhaps I could help. Could you? I would give anything to have my children saved from that fiend, or to at least know that they are all right. I could reward you. I have no coin here, but my husband had some saved. I know where it is, and I could tell you. It would be enough, I think. I'll do what I can. I am glad to hear it. Have you any questions? Do you know where your children might be? I have heard no news, and Baram tells me nothing. He's the only one who would know where they are. Why would Baram be holding your children? I wish I knew. Perhaps he has some sinister purpose in mind for them. I do not even want to imagine it. I am hoping that he has already set them somewhere or released them, and I simply do not know where they are. Does Baram have any enemies? Aye, the other High Captain, who he has fought with those long weeks. Only Kurt remains, but no one is sure where he is. Kurt would want Baram dead, that is certain. Alright. You have given me a glimmer of hope. I wish you the best of luck.
Hello there.
Who are you? Who? Oh, I guess my name is Elinwood. Why do you want to know? Who are you? I am called Hargrim. Ah, now we know each other then. Please pardon my mood, this is not a good day. What's so terrible about today? My sister, my dear Yvain, is being held by Captain Kurth, the most powerful of the High Captains fighting for the control of the city. I have paid him a fortune in ransom, begged him even to release her, but he refuses. There is no other authority for me to turn to. Kurth does as he pleases. I fear I shall never see her again. Why is he holding her captive? Yvain is a beautiful woman. When his men raided our home and took most of my wealth, she caught his eye and he took her too. I dare not imagine what he has done to her. Where is she being held, do you know? Kurth once had a tower not far from here, but it was burned down in the fighting. My Yvain could be dead, and if not, she is wherever Kurth has moved to. Some say that his bloody hands have taken over the West Harbor, walled it off from the rest of the city. If so, I have no clue how anyone might reach her. My sister had some skill with magic. I would have hoped it would allow her to escape on her own, but that doesn't appear to be the case. I could rescue her for you. Thank you for the offer, sir, but I mean no offense. I'd be entrusting the life of my sister to you. Who knows what could happen to her if you fail? I am sure I can get your sister back safely. I suppose I have little choice. The fact that you offered to save her is more than most would do. If there's even a chance for her rescue, I must take it. I have been told that near Kurt's ruined tower there is a gap in the wall which may lead into the West Harbor. I have been too frightened to try it myself, but perhaps you could attempt it. Here, I am giving you a ring that belongs to Yvain. If you find her, she will likely be so frightened. This will let her know that I've sent you. Perhaps it will help. Find Yvain, please, I beg you. Find her or tell me what has become of her. I will die if I do not know. I'll do what I can. Thank you. I shall pray for her safe return. Yeah, I think I am going to take them both down. They both seem pretty reprehensible, and I think the city might actually be better for it. if they are both dead.
Hey, what?
I won't ask about how you got into Luskan, brother, but a holy man is always welcome in the Catalyst Inn. The gods know I've seen little enough business since the High Captain sealed the gates and the docks. I could use all the divine favor I can get. The fighting mostly bypasses my inn, so it's fairly safe if you wish to stay. Supplies have been scarce, but I serve you as best as I can. Who are you? The name is Aruf Thunderfist, if you must know. I be the proprietor of this inn, although it's not much to look at, with things being what they are. Normally we'd be bustling with all the sailor folk and other travelers that would come through the city. At the moment, all I've got are locals who are taking refuge from the fighting. I've got a few meager rooms available still, and some watered-down ale, but not much besides. That's more than most have, however. Could I ask some questions? I suppose. There's no harm in it. Just what is going on in Luskan anyway? That's the big question, isn't it? The High Captains have been fighting for weeks now, trying to kill each other. They've gone completely crazy, I've heard, each trying to take power in the city for himself. Half the city burned down between all the fighting. The pirates in Mirabar have completely blockaded the area. Word is that the High Captains got sorcerers summoning monsters to fight for them. It's been complete chaos. Is there any correlation between the plague in Neverwinter and the fighting here? Now that you mention it, word about the plague arrived here right after the fighting started. That's the excuse the High Captain used to seal the city. I also started drafting every able-bodied pirate and smuggler that was stuck in the ports into their forces. The amount of men that have died here so far probably puts the plague to shame. Have you heard any rumors? Some people say that High Captain Baram's gone and allied with a pack of necromancers, but he's summoned all the undead in the streets. Some say High Captain Kurth is working with the Brotherhood to raise an army to take over the north. Others say Luskan has the same plague as Neverwinter does, but here it's driven everyone mad. I say that's just crazy talk though. You see what I mean though? You can't listen to that nonsense. Truth is, nobody knows what's going on. Do you know what started all of this? Nobody does. The High Captains have always been at each other's throats, but they have never resorted to pitched battles in the streets and creating monsters. Maybe the Arcane Brotherhood wants to be the only one High Captain. Not sure. Everyone knows the Brotherhood is the real power here, but they haven't done a thing to stop the fighting. Why doesn't someone put a stop to this? Like who? Luskan isn't the part of the Lord's alliance. The Lords are probably praying that the whole city goes up in flame. The High Captains each have hordes of soldiers under their command. Nobody can stand up to them, except maybe the Arcane Brotherhood, but they've done nothing. Tell me more about the Arcane Brotherhood. Oh aye, sorcerers they are. They live in the host tower on the island just off the coast. Powerful and mysterious bunch. Everyone knows that they are the real reason Luskan has the power it does. Nobody knows much about them though. They don't let anyone on their island, and word has it that they speak only to the High Captains. Why they are letting all of this fighting go on, it's anyone's guess. It's not like we can ask them to put a stop to it. Tell me about the High Captains. There used to be 5 of them. Since the fighting started, 3 of them have died or gone missing. I suppose nobody really knows. There's only 2 of them left, Baram and Kurth. The 2 of them have gone mad, I've heard, and doing everything they can to kill the other. Tell me about Baram. High Captain Baram is a slippery one. I'm not surprised he's survived. He used to have a base down in the slums, but it was burned down long ago. Some people say he's retreated down into the sewers with the rats. Don't know how much stock I put into that. Tell me about Kurth. He's the most powerful of the High Captains, or was, I suppose. His tower was near here to the west, but that was destroyed last week. I'm told he's taken his bloody hands and barricaded himself in the West Harbor. The district's all closed off, so I'm not even sure how one would get there now, if you cared to. Goodbye. Aye, be wary if you head outside. Yeah, I'll just take them both down. But I'll do it next time because this episode has been long enough. So that's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.